Now that we have an idea of how the app is going to flow, I'll go over the little bit of boilerplate that I wrote. So we're going to need express, path is already included with node, body parser to parse JSON and form data. Then we'll serve files from public, like index.html, bundle.js, and also serve the API route. Here you'll notice the star. This is for React router later on, so that we can use the browser router instead of the hash router. And here's a little bit of an error handler and the port and listening on the port. Go over briefly with the Webpack. Here's a couple of things you'll need here that's new: Node, Net, and TNS, and I'll briefly go over why you need this once we get to the front end. For now, we'll go ahead and start building out the backend. So that's our API.js. First, we'll want to make a request to our server, and in the request it will be a post request, and it will have the login information, and that's what we need to verify. Before we start anything, we're going to need the JSON Web Token package. Okay, and then we're just going to require it here. Next up, we'll want to create our API endpoint for post. We're going to call it auth for now. And now we're going to verify it using jwt. So we're assuming here that we're going to get an email and a password inside our request body. And just for this demo, we'll pretend that the email, these are the valid emails. And if it's valid, we're going to go ahead and encode a little bit of data. So let's actually change this to user data. And we don't want to send back the email and the password. Maybe we just want to send back the name and the email. Or more useful cases, we also usually have a user ID. So let's send that back. Next, we'll use jwt to encode. And we're going to place it inside a user object, so that in the object it will have a user key, and that user will contain all of that information. And in order to sign it, we're going to need our secret key. Now we haven't created this yet, so let's go ahead and create that in our env file. And go ahead and import it. And this signed token, we're going to call it our token. And next we're going to want to send it back, because once you've made your request, the token is what you'll get back from this diagram. And if this fails, otherwise, let's just return here. Otherwise, we're going to return 403. Go ahead and test this out with Postman. We're going to make a post request. And let's see what we get back. We are getting 403 forbidden. Test. And here we have our key. Other than that, so now that we have the key, we want to store it inside the local storage